Hi loves, welcome back to the channel. Today's video I want to share with you guys how you can create a structured sleeve. I love the fact that this sleeve comes out very beautiful and elegant. So if this seems like what you are interested in, please stay tuned until the end of this tutorial. Now you can attach this sleeve on any part of your dress, but is mainly attached right from the under bust to the center of your back. All right, or it can equally be attached from the upper chest line, all right, of the front to the back of your dress. All right, so if you want to attach it from the under bust, just as the picture you can see right there, this is the way to take the measurements. And if you want it to stand from the under bust getting towards your neck line, you can also do it this way. But today we are going to be forming the structure that is going to just look like the one you can see on the screen. All right, so what you are going to measure is from one end of your arm to the other parts, and then the materials you are going to be needing is your gum stay, the strongest type of the gum stay. You can equally make use of the lightest one, but then you're going to be doubling that. The one I won't advise you to use is hair stay because it's not going to stand, and you're going to be making use of a boning. Today I'm going to be making use of a plastic boning, but you can as well go for the sewable one, which is the line boning. It equally works, okay, but then the way you sew in the line boning and the way you input this particular one I want to do is different. All right, maybe I will do a tutorial on that one then. So you'll be needing your fabric, any fabric that can hold a style, you make use of that. So what you're going to be doing is to your measurement that you got, you're going to be adding 5 inches to that, because this sleeve is not like a tight sleeve. You have to give it a little bit of an allowance so that it can just stay on its own. Okay, it should be very free on the body. So what you're going to be doing is to measure the length that you need, and then the width, you measure the width that you need, and you're going to be folding your fabric into four. Okay, so what you're going to do is to fold into two and then equally fold again, because you're going to be needing 4 pieces of this material for two sleeves. Okay, so two piece of the material for one part of the sleeve and 2 pieces for the other part of the sleeve. So now once you are done cutting this out, but then I'm going to be working on one. Okay, I'm going to be showing you how to just do this using one. Okay, because this is a tutorial and we don't have much time, we don't have want this video to be very long. So what you are going to do is to fold in, and once you are done with that, you fold in again. Now this is because I want to reduce the edges of my sleeve, okay, making the center wider. All right, now to reduce the edge of my sleeve, but if you want to pleat this sleeve, you are going to just leave it the way you cut it out previously. But then I want to give the end of the point that is going to be seated under the breast and the back, I want to give it a shape. I want it to be smaller, that's why I'm cutting this off. So I went in by 2 inches and then trimmed it out. So once you are done with that, go on and attach your gum stay to that. Okay, now right side facing each other, you're going to go onto your sewing machine and stitch using 1/4 inch. Okay, you can actually make use of 1/2 inch, but then I don't see any reason for that, because I like to cut off my seam allowances, the excess seam allowance, after I must have stitch this up. And beside, if you want to turn this out, you don't want your seams not to sit flat because of this hard gum stay. it's very hard to turn around, not to talk of the seam sitting properly well. Okay, so you would want to use 0.25 inches so that you can have just little allowance, and that way your seams will sit flat. Okay, now it's time for us to turn this sleeve around. This can be very difficult to achieve because of the gum stay, and the gum stay is a hard one. Okay, just but if you want it to be very light for you to turn around, you can make use of your light paper gum. That way you just double it and it will be very easy. But me, I prefer to use this hard um gum stay because this will make it firmer. All right, so as time goes on, you will see why you should use the hard gum stay to do this. Okay, even without adding your bone in, it will just be standing on its own, you can see. Okay, even without putting bone into it, it will just stand on its own. So now it's time for you to go over to your ironing table, iron this, and this is what we have. The next step for us to take is to insert our bone in. Okay, in that case, we are going to go over to our sewing machine and create the boning channels. Okay, so you guys, you can see that the sleeve is standing already on its own without even inserting the boning. Okay, so now if you want to insert your boning, now if you want to create your boning channel, you should consider the size of the boning that you are making use of. Okay, so I'm making use of the boning of 1/2 inch. You might make use of the one of 1/4 inch. It depends on what you want, but then if you want to create your boning channel, you should consider that before creating that channel. Okay, that way your boning can easily pass through the channel. All right, so we are going to have to go over to our sewing machine and create this channel. Now after we created it, this is what we have. I did not use a contrasting color of thread, but then I believe that you understand what I am talking about. Now it's time for us to insert the boning. Now for you to insert this boning, for your structure to come out very well, you have to follow the element of the boning. Okay, how this boning came, you have to, don't go and turn it upside down, just follow it the way you can see me doing like this. Okay, insert it, and then if you are inserting this, make sure that you cut this boning in order to leave 1/2 inch seam allowance at the edge, because you don't want your boning to get to the edges, and that is where you are going to be attaching it to your actual dress. Okay, so after we are done with this is what we have, and you're going to have to gather this up. You can make use of a loose stitch and create a gathered stitch, and then gather it up and insert into your dress anywhere you want it to be. You insert that. So now you guys, this is the end of this tutorial. This is how our sleeve is sitting, okay, fine and firm. And now at this point, if you enjoy every bit of this tutorial, please do make sure to give it a thumbs up. Turn on your notification bell to get notified once I upload a new video. Like, share, and leave a comment in the comment section. I will see you in my next one. Bye.